I'd like to invite our first speaker to the podium. Hilarie Gbotoe is a graduate of J.P. McCaskey High School. Today, Hilarie will graduate with a degree in water environmental technology. Hilarie, please join me on stage.
Good morning. Whew, all right. Good morning, President Rivera, Board of Trustees, parents, faculty, fellow students, friends, and family. It is a great honor to be speaking in front of you all this morning. For most of you who do not know, I am a first-generation immigrant. I was born and raised in Liberia, West Africa. I came here when I was 8 years old with my family. I am a U.S. citizen, but during our first few years in America, there were a lot of struggles to fit in culturally, as you can imagine. That challenge was the first of many challenges that led me to keep pushing forward to become a water environmental technology student in this class of 2024. 4 years ago, I began my college career at Thaddeus Stevens College, not knowing what to expect, especially since COVID had happened at the time I chose to go back to college. In 2020, it had been 7 years since I first attended college. I was terrified, but it had been so long, but and it was because I did not have a very successful college career before Stevens, due to the fact that I did not know how to properly balance being a single mom while working full-time and being a full-time student. In the end, I realized going to a large university was not for me. The experience made me feel like a number rather than a person anyone cared about, so I withdrew from the university. I applied to Thaddeus Stevens College for the 2020 school year, and as a non-traditional student, I knew I was ready. Due to the long 7-year break from college, I signed up for the pre-major program to ease my way back into school. I first applied to Stevens to study business, but then COVID happened, and I became more concerned about how a global pandemic could affect our natural resources. I learned that Thaddeus Stevens had a program called Water and Environmental Technology. The communication with the staff in the office was great. I was able to get my needs met with financial aid and scholarships through Stevens. Although I was a full-time student and had to change my work schedule from full-time to part-time during the week or weekends, I still had an eagerness and drive towards finishing my education. I was working and barely surviving on my income, but I was hungry for success in a career that I knew would change not only my life, but my son's as well. During my third year here, entering my sophomore year, I was excited to finally graduate with the class of 2023. But the thing about life is there's no guarantees. My life was suddenly put on hold when I sustained a brain injury at work that caused seizures, causing me to withdraw from college. This situation was a battle of its own that caused my life to change drastically. I tried to push and rush so I could come back and finish and graduate on time, but I just was not ready. I needed medical clearance, and I couldn't get it. My professors tried to advocate for me, but I was already missing a lot of class time as well as assignments, and I would not be able to make it up. The doctor said I wasn't ready, and I couldn't go back to college. So I accepted my fate. I continued my treatment for 6 more months. So I give up on going back to college and work in my field of study. Depression got the worst of me, and I started to accept that I was done. I tried, I failed, and that was it. I accepted the whole spiel of, hey, life happens, what can you do about it? And I felt like I was living without a cause. I no longer believed I could come back because I felt like I was no longer the same. During those months, I spent time walking in my faith. And my favorite chapter to read daily was the 23rd Psalm. That part stuck out to me the most, and what kept me going is the first verse. The Lord is my shepherd. I lack nothing. In my time of trial, I thought I had lost everything. I had forgotten that I had family and friends who cared for me, loved me, and with that, I felt like I was the richest person in the world. I had two choices to make. I was either going to let life control me or take control over my life. Two important things happened to change my mindset. The first thing was the professors and staff here at Stevens. Although I thought I was just a number, that was not the case here. I had withdrawn and I thought I was done, but I had Dr. Brown, both my web professors, Mr. Edelman, and Ms. Butler. Ms. Butler? In my class of 23 classmates reached out and checked on me, wishing me a full recovery and showing me they really cared. If it wasn't for that help and support, I would not be standing on this podium right now. The second important thing that happened was the 2022 summer internship with the City of Lancaster Water and Wastewater Treatment Plant. That following March in 2023, I received a phone call from the City of Lancaster that a position had opened, and I was asked if I wanted the opportunity. Now I had to make a choice: go back to school or start a job with only 1 year education and work around my son's schedule. As I sat on this some more, I instead decided to do two things, which was reapply to Stevens College and take the job. That day was the defining moment in my life that woke something inside of me, and that was hunger. I was hungry. I wanted to succeed. I made a promise to myself that I would overcome and not quit, no matter how hard this new journey would be, not only for myself, but for my son. Looking back, I never thought I would come to college to learn a trade, but I'm so happy with my decision. Nothing makes me prouder to know that I treat the water for the city that I live in. I love that I get to apply real-world experiences, and it couldn't have been possible if it wasn't for the type of professors I had, as well as the hands-on experience I received in the lab and classrooms. The best part of all of this is my education with Stevens. I can go anywhere in the world. Everyone everywhere needs safe water to cook, drink, bathe, and wash their clothes with. And because of that, I do one day want to go back to my home country to help raise awareness, to help stop the spread of waterborne diseases and sickness. I cannot end this speech without giving thanks to those who helped pave the way for me. First, my parents. I would not be the person I am standing in front of you today if not for you installing morals, value, wit, and inner drive that got me to the finish line. To my professors, as well as advisors and other staff at Stevens and employees, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Dr. McKinney, you too. And to my class, to my 10 classmates, woo, 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 woo. We've worked together, we took tests, and after said that one was a doozer. We laughed together, we locked in together, and created memories to last a lifetime. To the rest of the graduating class of 2024, I'm sure we all faced obstacles. I am an example. If you put your mind to it, you can achieve the unimaginable. I wish you all the best in your careers. So don't stop now, keep pushing forward. Everything looks impossible until it's done. Thank you.